When it comes to picking a final expense carrier to lead with, there are 3 things that you're going to want to have for your main carrier. Now, part of the problem with picking a main product to lead with is that every insurance company, they all claim that their products are the best. In this video, I'm going to break down what I believe to be the most important things about a main final expense carrier. Before we get into it, please give this video a like and subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales content and training videos every week. And check this out. If you hang around all the way until the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the prop file, which has all the props that I use in my final expense sales presentation. The very first thing that I look for in a carrier, that I know I'm going to place most of my business with, is a company that does true Social Security billing. And what that means is this. With final expense sales, we always want to set up the bank draft on the exact day that the client receives their Social Security benefits. If your client receives their Social Security benefits, their money on either the 3rd or the 1st of the month, for example, there's several months every single year where that day, the 3rd or the 1st, even sometimes a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday will actually fall on either a weekend or a holiday or a weekend holiday. When this happens, the only carriers that will draft the payment on the same day that the clients get their Social Security money are carriers that do true Social Security billing. Carriers that do regular Social Security billing will draft the payment several days after the client has been paid, and this is when you are likely to get insufficient funds from your client. The second thing that I want in a main carrier, and just to be clear, all 3 of these things are in order of importance. That's the way I see it. The most important down to the least important. So the second most important thing that I want is for the underwriting process to be easy and lenient. And I want the electronic application to actually give me an underwriting decision either like before I complete the application or at least right at the end of the application. The last thing that I want is to have to wait like a day or 3 for an underwriting decision, only to end up having, finding out the client was declined. And now here we are days later contacting the client with bad news, while we're trying to sell them on a different product, which will, of course, at this point be more expensive. Which brings us to the 3rd most important thing that I look for in a main final expense insurance product, the cost. The only reason that I would consider putting the cost ahead of the underwriting and or the need for a true Social Security billing carrier is if I'm trying to beat another price, or maybe even do like a replacement sale. The cost does not have to be super cheap, guys, but it should be competitive, at least somewhat competitive. And as long as the monthly premium is not super expensive, like, some companies, Lincoln, whatchamacallit, and Senior Life, they kind of come in mind, I wouldn't worry at all about being replaced. If you're trying to put the cost first now, and more concerned with giving your clients the cheapest product, you probably won't make it in the final expense insurance business. For a copy of the prop file that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like more information on selling final expense and or Medicare Advantage through our unique sales platforms, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there or get on that phone and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.